This is a game called Squad 22 ZOV. It's kinda like XCOM or Door Kickers if you ever played those games. Except this game was directly endorsed by the Russian military, and an internal source that I have said they paid for it as well, but we'll come back to that later. This is obviously a wannabe real-time tactics game. You move your units into position, give them orders, and execute on your plan. It's a really simple game type, so you can't possibly fuck it up. Just kidding, this entire game can be described as rage bait. The amount of RNG is insane. Executing on even basic commands is an uphill battle. Look. Yeah, no, duh. Like, when I was playing, I didn't even realize what was going on. It was that bad. So you'll see in the video, I will do something I have never done before, which was not finishing the game, and you'll see exactly why. Looking at the trailer, it looks like a pretty basic game. Wait, are those Ukrainian helicopters? Oh no, okay, so I have to say this. Firstly, this is not a political video. We're not talking about politics. All I do on my channel is play and review weird games. And secondly, yes, I do intend to play America's Army. Propaganda isn't limited to one country. But regarding this bad game, yes, contradictory to what some of you will say in the comments, this game is a bad game. I even asked my Russian developer friend who didn't want to be named, and he even told me, quote, "I know this game. It's a very shit game. It's a shame for Russian Army." Anyways, disclaimer aside, I booted up the game to be greeted by an intro probably talking about something that will piss somebody off that I can't possibly foresee because I don't speak Russian. We start with the tutorial because games like this can get complicated fast, and immediately I'm staring at a loadout screen with a bunch of equipment and stats. I'm sure this matters, but I have no idea what to do with it. I just wanted to learn how to play. It takes me a second, but I start figuring out the tutorial objectives, basic movement and stuff. It actually does remind me a lot of Door Kickers, and I love that game, so I'm hoping that this game is similarly fun. But I start my first mission, and oh boy, on my first insertion, I soon realized that the tutorial taught me the movement, but didn't teach me anything else. I tried several times, wondering why my soldiers had no ammo, and then it dawned on me. Remember that stat screen I said was probably important, but the game doesn't tell you at all about? So that screen is actually to equip your guys with what they need. Helmets, vests, grenades, and definitely ammo. So I went back to the menu, reloaded the mission, and double-checked the first rule of warfare, which is making sure you bring ammo. After my team inserts into the building, I start tactically clearing every room. I station 2 of my men on either side of this room here, ready to enter at the same time with a sexy crossfire lined up. I give the go order, and my soldier kicks down the door only for the enemy to run through him and strafe his bullets like a pro CS player or Neo from the Matrix, in the most bullshit that I've seen in a long time. Meanwhile, my teammate decided to slow crouch into the room, yet still had clear visual on this situation and decided not to do jack shit. So after having restarted the mission, I decided to avoid that issue altogether by having my men cheese it and shoot the guy through the window instead. Which is kind of the theme here. There's a lot of cheesing in this game. And speaking of cheese, this game must think I'm a mouse because bros lured me into a paywall. A paywall. That's right. In order to play more of this game after the tutorial and one mission, you'll need to pay for a campaign, with the most expensive option being 34 big bucks. But I guess I am a mouse, or I just really love you guys because I decided the cheapest campaign will do, and I bought the Donbass Spring campaign. Hey guys, I'm YouTube Nick, here to remind you that I work hard on these videos, so subscribing really does help. And if you want to talk to me directly, I actually have a Discord, link in description.
Дверь застряла, пожалуйста! Я тебя победил!
If you've ever played Door Kickers, you'll notice that most, if not all, engagements are CQB, or close quarters battle. There is ample cover so your planning can be dynamic and your men can hold different angles. That's what makes the game so engaging, fun, and stressful. This game, however, decided that the words fun and CQB are not within its vocabulary, because the maps are fucking massive. Why are the maps massive? No idea, but it's a huge pain in the ass. You see, in this game, your bullets are like Nerf bullets. For some reason, what I've noticed is that even shooting first, you're likely to die. Because my soldiers, when shooting at an enemy that isn't even shooting back, have to either be blind or using airsoft guns. So before you can usually get a kill, your soldier dies. And if your squad leader dies, you'll need to restart. If your other 2 soldiers are wounded or dead, you probably won't be able to win, so you also need to restart. This entire issue is exacerbated due to the large open map, where objectives force force you to move forward without cover in an open street, only to be shot from a guy 2 houses away from me. This happens in every level, and it only gets worse. Literally, so much fun. You see on this map, we've got 4 houses spread across an open street. I spent so many hours just playing and replaying the same houses over and over again. One death usually meant the end of a run. Now, to be fair, not every death is the game's fault, but a lot of these runs didn't end just because I made some sort of tactical mistake, they ended just because the game bugged out. Like here, where my soldier got stuck on thin air. Or here, where I got shot from fucking purgatory. I replayed and froze this clip, and it looks as though maybe I got shot from the window, but there's no enemy, so looking at it a second time, it could also very well be that the enemy soldier died and shot me from the afterlife, so literally shooting me from purgatory. In either case, I can't see him, I can't shoot back, so my run's over. At this point, the game was starting to genuinely frustrate me, so I took a break to reconsider all the life choices that led me to playing this game and making this video. After coming back to terms with reality, I started back up the game with a positive attitude. Oh boy, I'm back. I can't wait to play this game. I'm so hyped for Squad 22, man. And I'm pretty certain that my positive attitude is what led me to finally completing this terrible, mind-numbing level. Oh, fuck. Ah. Dude. Jesus Christ. Too bad my positive attitude only lasted 1 level because the next was much worse than what we had just experienced.
Oh, nigga, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, nigga. Maybe if you got rid of that old yee-yee ass haircut you get some bitches on your dick.
We start the next mission with a not at all political cutscene. And I'm pretty sure this is supposed to have narration, but it's just like completely silent. And you know those mid-level YouTube map videos with like crappy After Effects motion graphics? This game has one of those too. And it's so bad. It's so bad. So I start equipping my 2 new soldiers, which is odd because I know one of them died since they wouldn't follow my command, but the other is just dead. I have no idea what happened to him. But thankfully on this level it seems the Russian military got a budget increase since we have more guns and armor. I'm assuming level by level in the campaign you'll get more and more equipment. Now I gave 2 of my guys shotguns, but I also gave 1 guy a fully automatic assault rifle because the hope is that I can get the 2 guys closer while the assault guy suppresses enemy positions. And if you look at the new map you'll see exactly why. We have an open street which we are required to get past. Nearby we have some cover so I can station a man there to suppress while the others try to move up, as long as that guy can stay alive. But my mistake is that suppressing fire doesn't work in this game. No matter how much you try to suppress the enemy positions, there are too many on this damn map. Unlike the last map where the enemies mostly stayed indoors, they're everywhere. They're in the damn street, in the buildings. And they all have apparently much better aim than my guy because despite having a fully automatic assault rifle, which you think you can get pretty good accuracy with, he dies. Even if my assault rifle guy doesn't die and I'm behind cover, I still get shot because looking at the map, I'm trying to cover this position so my guys can move up. But there's a machine gunner down here who almost instantly kills at least 1 of my guys. There is no way to engage this enemy without dying. I tried to move up slowly, I tried moving positions, there's just no way. I have constantly tried my best and constantly died. So what I'm trying to explain is that the level design is fucking horrendous. From our spawn area, there's only cover here and you can't move around it. You can't go backwards because that whole area is blocked off. And if you go to the only cover in your immediate area, you'll be exposed from this side and immediately shot. Fuck you. Fuck this game. So I rage quit the game and you assume that's the video. But nope, because a couple days later while editing this video, but not actually, I was watching this ex-military guy explaining tactical strategies and door kickers.
Guy next to him, and then we still ended up getting this other shot. So where I predicted the 2 enemy to be, in fact they were.
Maybe I just don't understand the game well enough, or I'm not using the correct strategies. So in a moment of pure willpower, I loaded back up the game. But before I could actually dive back into the level, I decided to do some actual research on how real militaries handle outside engagements. But I couldn't find a lot that applied to this game because the game obviously doesn't reflect real life, or even close to it because the game is trash. But it did remind me that laying down is a feature in this game, and maybe, just maybe, it might help me during my gameplay. Either way, I decided to give it a try at least a few more times. Starting the level, I could immediately feel my PTSD. But I wasn't giving up hope. I started each level now by having 2 of my guys, this time with rifles, lie down near covers so they can better or pick off enemies in the building. I still kept dying, but after a few attempts, I got one attempt where my assault rifle guy engaged the machine gun guy camping at the bottom of the map, and he actually won that engagement. Plus, my rifle guys actually won their engagements with the long-range enemies in the building. Despite this being mostly happenstance, it's still huge dubs for me because those were my primary issues, and now my only job is to move forward. I slowly moved up and cleared the only building on this map, and despite the mini-map looking huge, it's actually quite small. We have this building that I mentioned, and then the trench area down here. Everything else, for some reason, is inaccessible. So I moved up my guys, again, very slowly, to the trench position expecting a fight, but nope. I didn't even realize where the last enemy was, but they just shot him and I won the level. Fucking immaculate W, boys.
Двум смертям не бывать, а одной не миновать.
Ah, Jesus Christ. So, what this is a funnel. Every time there are roads in this game that I need to cross, it's a huge pain in the ass. I haven't played the level yet, but because this game is a load of bullshit, I know for a fact that every single enemy on this map is pointed at this funnel. And while moving up, the game proved it immediately since I already see two soldiers pointed straight at me, literally just waiting for me to peek out like some CSGO shit. So my first immediate thought was to play it slow and smoke out the middle. I really did try playing this as tactically as I could. Once I smoked, I would have one soldier run up through the smoke and toss a grenade, while the other held position near this car to mop up anyone who tried to run away. I thought it sounded reasonable. You guys tell me. So I sent the order, but what I wouldn't anticipate is how enemies could just see through the smoke, or how enemies could just appear as backup, or even how my guy is the worst shot in the whole fucking world. I tried so many damn times. Sometimes my guy would die trying to smoke. Sometimes the enemy would Freddy Fazbear jump scare me through the smoke. Like, what the fuck is this? For some odd reason, the AI in this game has a tendency to really want to kamikaze you. What?